Though it's been almost a decade since Disney Channel gave us the fun-filled musical fantasy coming-of-age flick known as Descendants, I thought with its new film coming up on Disney Plus this week, what the hey, I'm going to go back and re-review the trilogy itself. So brace yourselves because we're going to head back to Oregon and give you a full re-review of Disney's Descendants. Back days, entertainment rankings and reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Dual, better known to as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a re-review of the 2015 coming-of-age musical fantasy television flick, Descendants, from Disney. Directed and choreographed by Kenny Ortega, starring Dove Cameron, Sofia Carson, Booboo Stewart, and Cameron Boyce, may he rest in peace, as the titular, well, part of the titular characters. The teenage children of Disney villains Maleficent, the Evil Queen, Jafar, and Cruella de Vil, respectively. The film follows these teenagers adjusting to life outside their island prison while on a mission to steal the fairy godmother's wand and free their parents from captivity. The film debuted on Disney Channel on July 31st, 2015. Now, of course, it's been close to 5 years since I did a review of it, but it was short though because I went rapid fire to get to the third one and what have you. So I'm going to re-review these, and I'm going to hope for the best that my re-reviews of the first two will do better than my originals. It also features a host of others and what have you. Melanie Paxson, Brandon D'Amico, Sarah Jeffries, Zachary Gibson, Jedediah Goodacre, Diane Doan, Dan Payne, Keegan Connor Tracy, Wendy Raquel Robinson, Maz Jabrani, Kathy Najimy, and Kristen Chenoweth. Well, now let's get into the story. Belle and Beast have married and become king and queen, Beauty and the Beast. Following the establishment of the United States of Oregon, they have created a prosperous new nation from the surrounding kingdoms and banished the villains to the Isle of the Lost, an island slum surrounded by a barrier where magic is suspended, trapping all the villains there for good. Now, 20 years later, their son Ben, who will soon be crowned king, announces that his first proclamation is to give forth selected children from the Isle of the Lost a chance to live in Oregon, away from the influence of their villainous parents, despite his father's protests. He chooses Carlos, son of Cruella de Vil, Jay, son of Jafar, Evie, daughter of the Evil Queen, and Mal, daughter of Maleficent. When the news is received, Maleficent instructs the four of them to steal the fairy godmother's magic wand to release the barrier so she can take over Oregon. Traveling to Oregon Preparatory, the four meet Ben and his self-proclaimed girlfriend Audrey, daughter of Princess Aurora. Of course, Sleeping Beauty. They also meet the fairy godmother, the school's headmistress. Evie uses her mother's pocket-sized magic mirror to locate the wand in a nearby museum, and Mal uses her mother's spinning wheel from the museum to put the security guard to sleep. But they fail retrieving the wand due to a barrier blocking the wand and set off a siren. After learning that the fairy godmother will use the wand at Ben's coronation, the four wait it out by attending classes, but start to fit in with the students. Jay is recruited into the school's tourney team, sports similar to field hockey, hurling, and lacrosse, while Carlos overcomes his fear of dogs by befriending the school's dog named Dude. Evie, though intelligent, acts to impress Chad, Cinderella's son, but ends up doing his homework for him. Dopey's son, Doug, encourages her not to pander to others and be herself. Mal becomes popular using Maleficent's spell book to alter fairy godmother's daughter, Jane, and Lonnie, daughter of Milan's hair. Now, Jane in particular dislikes her looks, especially because her mother will not use her own magic to change them. Learning that Ben's girlfriend will be seated close to the wand during the coronation, which is used during the ceremony. Mal bakes a cookie laced with a love potion, gives it to Ben, who falls madly in love with her, much to the shock of his friends, particularly Audrey. On a date with Ben, Mal becomes conflicted with her growing inner goodness and desire to please her mother. Unsure of how to react to Ben's feelings towards her, during the school's family day, the villain's children are ostracized after an encounter with Audrey's grandmother, Queen Lee, who hates Mal because Maleficent's curse was the reason she missed Aurora's childhood, prompting an argument that drives Mal to end the beauty spell she used on Jane. Ben tries to reassure them that everything will be okay after the coronation, and Doug tries to remain friendly towards Evie, but Chad forces her. Well, no, I'm sorry, I got carried away. But Chad forces Doug to distance himself from her. All right, now for the ending and final act. As always, you know the procedure. You have 5 seconds to stop this video. Go to the description box below and fast forward to the time below as I count down now. If you've seen the movie already, please continue. Okay, you've been warned. At Ben's coronation, Mal gives him a brownie containing the love spell's antidote, believing it is unnecessary to keep him under the spell. It turns out, per Ben's admission, that he was already freed of the spell since their date when he went swimming in the enchanted lake, believing that Mel only did it because she really liked him. However, much to Mel's surprise, it turns out Ben has had feelings for her all along. During Ben's crowning, a disillusioned Jane grabs the wand from her mother, wanting to improve her beauty, only for her to accidentally destroy the Isle's barrier. Mal takes the wand from Jane, but torn over what to do, is encouraged by Ben to make her own choice rather than follow Maleficent's path. Mal recognizes that she and her friends have found happiness in Ordon, and they choose to be good. Maleficent crashes the coronation ceremony, freezing everyone except for Mal, Evie, Jay, and Carlos. When they defy her, Maleficent transforms into a dragon. Mal and her friends use a counterspell, turning Maleficent into a lizard, her tiny size based on the amount of love in her heart. Mal returns the fairy godmother once she unfreezes everyone and tells her not to be hard on Jane. While the villains watch the celebration from afar, Auradon preps students party through the night. And before the credits start to roll in the end, Mal's eyes turn green as she addresses the audience, telling them the story is not over yet. But it's the end of this story for now. So, what did I think of Disney's Descendants? I love this film. I didn't take the time to watch this because I didn't think this would be a good film. When the second film came out 2 years later, I decided to give the dice a roll and give it a chance. After watching it before the second film premiered, I really enjoyed it. It was very good. It was superb. Apparently, this turned out to be very good since the High School Musical trilogy, which, of course, Kenny Ortega also directed and choreographed as well. Of course, Ortega also was well known for not creating, but directing the cult classic for Disney known as Hocus Pocus. Yes, that's right. Anyway, this was just so much fun. It received positive reviews from critics. Rotten Tomatoes has it certified fresh at 90%, saying memorable songs and excellent casting helped turn the film into a decidedly wicked musical romp. Definitely, that is an affirmative yes. Entertainment Weekly gave the film a B grade, saying the plot isn't really the point. The fun is in the roll call. It's no High School Musical, but the songs are catchy and the junior villains are worth rooting for. MoviePilot.com stated, it's a movie that definitely has the feel of a Disney classic with a modern twist, and I highly recommend it, says Tisha May Eaton, who, of course, was a reviewer for MoviePilot.com. Yeah, that's when I realized I didn't think I would enjoy it, but I watched it. Alex Reef of LaughingPlace.com said, I highly recommend this to any Disney fan, if for no other reason than to see what they've done with the characters, the Hocus Pocus references, and Kristen Chenoweth's Maleficent, which is closer to the animated character than Angelina Jolie's portrayal. Variety called it a playful and tuneful TV movie exhibiting much higher ambitions than, say, the Teen Beach franchise, which that's a series I have not seen. The Hollywood Reporter gave it a mixed review, calling it High School Musical meets Once Upon a Time, which of course was pretty big on ABC at the time. It smartly ushers little girls who have grown up watching Disney movies into the tween audience and is an idea so ripe for merchandising that the Disney store is already chock full of costume sales and t-shirts and all that jazz. Now, the reviewer for this called the story flimsy, but singled out the performances of Chenoweth, Najimy, Robinson, and Jabrani. Which that brings me to the cast. I actually like the performances from the cast. Duff Cameron plays Mel. I'm going to say she's amazing in this performance. Next up is the late great Cameron Boyce playing Carlos. He's good as well. Jay is played by Booboo Stewart, who had recently appeared in X-Men Days of Future Past the previous year. Sofia Carson plays Evie. And I'm going to say she's very, very good. Playing Ben is Mitchell Hope. He's very good. Melanie Paxson as Fairy Godmother. Good. Brad D'Amico as Jane. Yeah, at first it doesn't quite turn out to be great, but after seeing what happened with which Mel did, looks even better. But she looks even more better in the sequel, so don't get me wrong, okay? Sarah Jeffrey played Audrey. Very good. Zachary Gibson played Doug. Good. Jedidiah Goodacre played Chad the Charming. He's good. Diane Doan played Lonnie. She's good. Dan Payne played Beast, and he's really good. But to my surprise, I was surprised by seeing her. She did look familiar when I saw her. Belle is played by Keegan Connor Tracy, who I remember from the cult classic sci-fi series Jake 2.0 and Final Destination 2. That was a shock. I was surprised. Now, of course, for the big guys, well, or should I say, the parents of the villains, we have Wendy Raquel Robinson playing Cruella de Vil, not bad. Maz Jabrani played Jafar. He's pretty good. And as I said in my review of the live action remake of Aladdin from 2019, I think he would be a much better choice for Jafar. Okay, enough said. Kathy Najimy, who of course actually appeared in Hocus Pocus, played Evil Queen. Very good. And Kristen Chenoweth played Maleficent. I am going to say she's very good as well. And there's a host of others and what have you. Just so many. So overall, the cast is really good. They also got released on physical media and is currently streaming on Disney Plus. Anyway, it did so well that Descendants would go on to have numerous things, including an animated spin off series, a television special that came out 2 years after the third film. Yes, this film will have two sequels, and there's a brand new one coming up. And there would even be a book series that I think kind of served as predating the events of this. The soundtrack to this was very good as well, as it went on to peak at number one on the Billboard 200. And the same with the top digital albums and the Billboard Top Soundtracks album. Now the soundtrack has absolutely very good songs and what have you. I think Rotten to the Core, the first song you hear, done by Mal and Evie and Carlos and Jay, was superb. I think all the other songs are really good as well, but I think Rotten to the Core just steals the show. Don't get me wrong, but nevertheless, The soundtrack did well and went gold, selling over 500,000 copies. So anyway, Descendants was just so good. I think the story was pretty good. Kenny Ortega's direction and choreography was absolutely superb. And I love the cast and what have you, especially the young cast and the rest. And the composer for the score, David Lawrence, he did a good job with the score. And I'm just going to say this was just so much incredible. I absolutely did love Disney's Descendants. So overall, with everything said, a good story, a great cast, great soundtrack, great score, and great characters as well, etc., etc., etc. Would I recommend Descendants? I would easily say yes. Give it a shot. If you've never seen Disney's Descendants, I would highly recommend this one to you. Now, and I would recommend. Oh wait a minute, I'm going to get too far ahead of myself. Whoops, my bad. I'll just save that for the sequels. But anyway, what did you think of Disney's Descendants? Let me know in the comments section below. If you like this video, consider clicking the like button, subscribe, be a part of the Big D Nation, help support my channel, make it grow and make the views grow. And you can also share my vids with your friends if you wish. That could also help some people come and be a part of my Big D Nation. Join me next time when I bring to you a re-review of Descendants 2. So if you like this, you may want to check out my reviews of the Maleficent films with Angelina Jolie. The upper left-hand corner is my review of the first Maleficent. The upper right-hand corner is my review of Maleficent, Mistress of Evil. Or if you would like, maybe check out my review of Cruella from 2021, which is spoiler-free. And the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe if you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc. Then I'm your guy. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.